A common element in modern video games is the concept of grinding. This is the act of performing repetitive actions over and over again in order to gain weapons or resources, or to simply level up one's character to win the occasional boss battle more easily. However, grinding can often feel like the game developer realized at some point that they didn't have enough to turn a 5-hour stroll into a 50-hour epic, and needed to keep the players mindlessly busy in the hopes they wouldn't notice how dull the storyline was. For artists, practicing their craft can sometimes feel very similar. Locking oneself away in a room for hours on end to play scales on a musical instrument, practice color mixing for painting, or memorize monologues or scenes in preparation for whatever auditions that may come can feel as engaging as 12 hours of grinding for loot in Destiny. But is the perspective of practice being a mundane necessity really the fault of the task itself? Or is it possible that we simply need to replace practicing with something more exciting and inspirational? In the world of physical fitness, it is not uncommon to see people work out 4 or 5 days a week for months on end with little observational change in energy levels, muscle mass, or physique, while others spending the same amount of time seem to completely transform their physical bodies. While genetics accounts for such variation in a small percentage on both sides, the most common element separating these two groups is a difference in mental perspective on what they are actually trying to accomplish in the end. In the Athlean X video, The No BS Way to Get Lean, athletic trainer Jeff Cavalier points out that there's a difference between exercise and training, which he refers to as exercise with a purpose. A person with a vague goal of wanting to look good on the beach will rarely achieve the same types of results as a person training to run a marathon, win a boxing match, or complete an extreme obstacle course like Tough Mudder or a Spartan race. Those who consciously decide upon and clearly visualize a specific accomplishment with a defined target date are going to find it much easier to maintain their drive and go through the sometimes monotonous motions that will take them from zero to hero. As artists, the idea of practicing because it will improve our skills is as enticing as when our parents told us as children that we should eat our vegetables simply because it's good for you. There's nothing inspirational in such a barren perspective on life, and there's nothing to aspire to in performing an action where there's no way to visualize one's own achievements in the end. It is true that the action we've defined as practicing is paramount to improve ourselves as artists. But if our mindset sees performing repetitive actions as a chore or obstacle rather than a stepping stone along a greater journey to a destination we want to be, we will never be motivated enough to become all that we can as artists. And in the end, just as some people going to the gym will instantly negate their gains by hitting a fast food restaurant on the way home, we artists will find ourselves tempted to swap out those creative muscle-building exercises for more immediately gratifying activities that serve no purpose in furthering our artistic journey. Perhaps it's time that we artists stop practicing because, like our childhood vegetables, it's good for us, and instead define specific goals we want to achieve and start training ourselves like warriors preparing for battle. Every climber who ever got to the top of Mount Everest had to set goals of conquering other summits along the way. And for us to become the artists we always aspire to be, we need to define our own mountains to climb in order to further ourselves along the journey to our ultimate conquest. It doesn't mean that you have to aim for something astronomical in size to improve yourself and further your position on the artistic map that you're on. Your goal could be as simple as, I'm going to land a leading role in a production by my local community theater group this fall. Or it could be, I'm going to learn Prince's guitar solo for Purple Rain to play with my cover band next month. What's important is to define a specific goal, decide on a target date, and then both write that goal down somewhere that you can see on a daily basis and organize your calendar around whatever activities are necessary to achieve that goal. Along the way, you're likely to be surprised at other accomplishments that seemingly fall into your lap, or how achieving one goal inspires you to aim for something even higher. It could be that in pursuing a lead role in a play, you land a juicy supporting role that you enjoy to perform even more than that leading role you were aiming for. Or it could be that in learning the solo for Purple Rain, you gain a totally new appreciation for bluesy rock guitar and realize that you have enough skill to learn David Gilmour's solo for Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb next. But the first step is to take stock of where you are as an artist and decide on a precise destination. Or, better yet, map out the entire landscape you will travel to reach that goal and the milestones you will cross along that path. And once you can clearly visualize in your mind exactly where you want to arrive, stop that grinding activity that is practice and start training. Get out there, build those creative muscles, and push your artistic fitness to the next level. Start ascending that mountain you've decided to climb, and every single day take stock of how far you have come and how much closer to the summit you are. One day, you will find yourself above the clouds standing on that peak you imagined yourself on. And when you look down at that steep path which you trained yourself for and pushed yourself every day to climb, both the strength and confidence you have built will leave you inspired like never before and having no hesitation to set your sights on the next peak to conquer. Thank you for watching this video. If you like what you've seen, smash the like button and be sure to click the notification bell so you won't miss any new content. If you enjoyed this video or found that it gave you a new way of looking at yourself, either personally or as an artist, please leave a comment in the comments section below. I learn a great deal from other people's perspectives, and I know that the comments you leave on this video will inspire me with new topics to discuss. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more content or to stay up to date. I look forward to you joining me the next time.